Welcome to Get Over It, the consciousness transforming podcast for exceptional 21st century living. We've got a very interesting show today. It's a healing show. We're going to be speaking with Master Mingtong about his latest book, and it's Ancient Chinese Healing Secrets, and he's going to be talking expressly about how to use this information in the time of COVID-19. So, and this is medicine-less, folks, okay? So you don't have to go get whatever Trump is pushing or anybody else. So listen in, feel it in your heart, see if it's right for you, because I know that it's right for me. Now, the information shared on Get Over It uses intuitive and pragmatic insight to help you shift your consciousness to break through blocks and release energy that is no longer needed. Yes, we're going to help you let go of the BS that is holding you back. But, you know, I always ask the question, are you truly ready to? And by the way, folks, BS is belief system. Now, a bit about me for my new listeners. Intuitive since birth. I'm a third-generation intuitive with over 3 decades of experience supporting people to break through the blocks along their path. I'm a strategist for personal and professional transformation, revealing cutting-edge information that enables you to prosper and thrive. I spent 25 successful years in corporate America as an executive sales professional, and I am the founder of Healing Visions Ministries and the Northern California Children's Education Network, a 501c3 nonprofit. I also authored 2 books. I provide consultations and healings in all areas of life that heal the mind-body-spirit connection, allowing you to live your very best life. Now, my clients tell me that I keep it real while providing them with accurate information to assist them along their journey as a spirit living a human existence. But they also say, if you really don't want to know, don't ask Monique. My background includes a doctorate in metaphysics, Reiki master teacher, ordained minister, and clinical hypnotherapist, so whether you are stressed, depressed, or possessed, I can help. To find out more about me and the services I offer, go to my website, and that's MoniqueChapman.com, and I invite you to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn. My guest today, Master Mingtong, is the man who brought a profound 5,000-year-old form of Chinese healing to the West in the form of Wisdom Healing Qigong, and is bringing it forward as a vital practice in the time of COVID-19. In 1997, Master Mingtong returned to China from the U.S., and he trained under Grandmaster Dr. Peng Ming, a Qigong Grandmaster trained in Western medicine and traditional Chinese medicine, and is the founder of the world's largest Qigong hospital. During his training, Master Mingtong observed thousands of cases of chronic and incurable diseases being healed at this medicine-less Qigong hospital, which treated over 200,000 plus patients with more than 185 different illnesses with a 95% effective improvement rate. He is here today to tell us how Wisdom Healing Qigong can help you resist the COVID-19 virus, decrease your stress, feel more connected in a time of isolation, and even heal faster if you've been stricken by the virus. And you can check him out at his website, and that is chicenter.com, CHICENTER.com. And after I bring him on, we're going to tell you about a special gift for you guys. Welcome, Master Mingtong.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chapman. So wonderful to be with you and to know a little bit more of your work, your background, your mission in the world. So thank you so much. I just also tune into your energy, connecting with your energy, and feel so good, so good.
Oh, okay, well, good. I'm like, uh-oh.
Also sending you much love and healing energy for your own healing process going through right now. So really acknowledging, we're in this together. Whoever is listening, we're here to share the healing energy. The source energy is everywhere, and yet it's up to us how to plug in, how to cultivate, how to really experience the true benefit, not only for healing, for life in general, especially at this given time of great challenges and crisis, pandemic, but also great time for healing, awakening. So I'm so happy to share with you as much as we can in this short period of time.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Now, give my listeners a little background about yourself. You became a Wisdom Healing Qigong master. Tell us your story. Tell us a little bit about that.
I will make it brief. And
Okay.
So I came to U.S. about 35 years ago, actually as a student in graduate school in mathematics. So after spending 10 years studying mathematics, and I decided basically falling in love almost like overnight with the fine arts, photographer and video. So went on and studied fine arts for about 10 years. Then towards in this period of time, I discovered Qigong in U.S., actually, in Ohio State by chance. And then realizing this is really profound, really important, also has a incredible ancient history, can do back to 5,000 years, even longer, and it's really time-tested. But what I love about it is really, at the time, answering my deeper question, what is life? What is human being? What is the function of who we are in terms of, as energy, as consciousness, as, how we function in the world, in all relationship, everything we're engaging. So this deep insight really invited me get into the practice, very diligent, very dedicated from the very beginning. Then I start to study more with the original founder, Dr. Peng Ming. So I went to China, study more with him, then really become hooked. So eventually I finished 2 years of training with him by living in the center there. And so since then, my life changed, including I was able to recover totally from the chronic illness I had from childhood, including asthma and sclerosis condition. But more importantly, discovering a new way of life, new way of connecting myself, connecting with others, but also serving others in this process of healing. So I have been teaching full-time last 20 years, and after I came back from China to U.S., so then we opened a center in Santa Fe about 4 years ago. So we have an extensive program, in-person retreat, but now we move everything online, as I share with you, has been super busy to helping people, especially so the technology. So very happily, doing this work, feel so blessed. And obviously, we all challenged, but this work has helped me personally moving through these challenges. By doing that, I can help more people. So I'm very, very grateful.
Okay. Well, we can tell in your voice that your energy is definitely into the Qigong, and you do walk your talk, and I truly appreciate that. Now, for our audience members that might not know, what is Qigong, and then is there a difference between Qigong and Wisdom Healing Qigong?
So, yes, simply, I put when people ask me what is Qi, Qi means energy, so ask back what is not Qi.
Nothing.
So it's really about
energy.
recognition. Everything is made of energy. The physical made of energy, but also beyond the physical, there's the invisible energy. There's a spiritual presence of the creative force of energy. Speaking of Yoda, when Yoda said, "May the force be with you." So it's not just recognizing there's a force out there, but also there's a force with you, inside of you as well. So it's not only recognizing this energy of the universe, which is the foundation of life, foundation of your health, but you have a capacity to cultivate this energy. That's where the secret comes in. So it's not about just a belief system, not about just a scientific understanding, as we know now from the quantum physics point of view. There's energy, creative energy existing. But how do you tap into the energy to truly benefit, become a co-creator of your own life, including your own health? So that is the technology. That, in a sense, is the secret behind the secret. So that's what Gong is the practice, is the capacity you can cultivate by working with energy, bring the benefit to your life, and also serving others. So the Qigong practice basically is, often they say, everybody is living on energy without exception, but most of the time we are unconscious of it. So Qigong is basically not recognizing this energy, but you're consciously working with energy. So that's the difference between Qigong, everyday life, so to speak. So when you're working with the energy, then you're realizing, I can access this energy. I can regulate my own energy. My energy system is determining, how I'm functioning in my life, including physical function of the body, also emotional experience of life, as well your mental creativity, mental way of relating to life. So then you're realizing you have more power than you think, and you can access this power. And especially you can change whatever the energy pattern inside of you from limited pattern to a more beneficial, more functional, more optimal function. So it's really about realizing the full potential as human being. And that is what is really the power of Qigong, both practical but also spiritual. And that's what I love about.
Yeah, I found the concept of Qigong very, very useful. Now, in Western medicine, they say, okay, your thoughts influence your health of your physical body, mind over matter, that type of situation. So they're keeping like the mind and the body separate, if you will. It seems like, based on what I read in your book, that in Chinese medicine you integrate the mind, the body, and the heart as inseparable energies. Am I understanding that correctly?
Exactly. So when we're using the terminology, thinking just mind, body, we continue to feel the gap between these two. The body is so solid, so physical. The mind is so infallible, is so intangible. And so the science, including, whatever different approach, trying to understand the relationship between these two. So then the question is, which one is more powerful? The mind influencing the body or the body influencing the mind? Both is true. But then as a result, still feel the gap between the mind and the body. So in the Chinese, especially in the Qigong tradition, and Qigong working with energy is recognizing the whole existence of the universe is a spectrum of energy, from the physical to the subtle. But in between, it's not a gap. It's like different frequency of energy, so to speak. When the frequency become lower, then physicalized. When the frequency increasing, become more subtle. So the most subtle energy in the human realm is our mind, our consciousness. And that's with the high vibrational energy. But in between, there's the middle vibrational energy. So that is more, for example, our emotional energy body is more in that range. So this whole spectrum of energy is existing, but we're not, used to that. We're not really perceiving that, according conventional medicine, conventional science. So we always feel the gap between these two. Trying to put this puzzle together, it's not easy to do that. So when you're feeling the whole range of energy, then realizing everything is inseparable, interconnected. But you have to discover experientially. So that's where the practice comes in. And so once you discover that, then realizing, there's no gap between the mind and the body. The energy is in the physical as well in the mind. The energy is also connecting in between this whole spectrum of energy. You continue to discover yourself experientially. So that is beyond, belief system, beyond even, physical measurement. It's a direct experience, allow you to feel the energy, feel the change through this practice. And that's the beautiful aspect. On one hand is personal, on the other hand, is universal because we're all made of energy. So then you can experiencing the connection with the rest of the world. Not only in your body is full spectrum of energy, but life is whole spectrum of energy. One of the example in this experience of COVID, one of the main challenges we feel in the isolation without the physical touch, physically apart from each other. Then through our online program practice, when we're practicing together, we're connecting with the subtle energy beyond the physical existence, physical separation. Then we feel the connection between our heart, feel the connection in the oneness of consciousness, then realizing, we still can feel this connection. We're not isolated anymore. Feeling the energy affecting each other. Even this moment when you're listening right now, you may feel your energy body responding to my words, responding to what we're sharing right now. This energy is not defined by distance, not defined by the physical boundary, not defined by our concept even. So that is the nature of energy. So essentially, it's really energy allow you to experience the oneness of life, interconnectiveness of life, experiencing the deeper change can happen instantaneously without physically bounded by, whatever your diagnosis is. So that is the few, powerful aspect of practice of Qigong we can recognize.
Okay. Well, folks, we're speaking with Master Mingtong Gu. We're talking about his book, and the book is Ancient Chinese Healing Secrets, and I've got a wonderful surprise for everyone. If you go to qicenter.com, and you will see a lot of information there, and then you go over to resources, and then you just hover over that little drop down, and you will see a link for his free ebook, Ancient Healing Secrets. So, if it's under 50 pages, folks, it'll take you, if you're a slow reader, an hour to read, and you're going to get a lot of information that is going to help you help yourself. We don't have to rely on allopathic medicine or complementary medicine. We can bring everything together and move forward. So please do check that out. And while you're there, you will find out, and he was talking about this a moment ago, I believe, that he has live Qigong classes on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you're feeling drawn to this or you're looking to heal your body, this is something that you can definitely do. But Master Mingtong, let me ask you a question. What if you're overweight or you have some disability that you can't stand long or lay long or whatever? Can you still do the Qigong? Can you still do the practice?
Right. That's a really important question. So going back to your question between what is Qigong, the difference between Qigong, Wisdom Healing Qigong. So Wisdom Healing Qigong obviously is one, it's not only one form of Qigong, but it's one system of Qigong that means has its own cosmology, and the cosmology of oneness of energy, interconnected oneness of all life. And then the methodology, the methodology is based on when the energy awakening, connecting, communicating in the wholeness, in the oneness, then all function returning to the normal. So basically, it's really boiled down to it is opening the energy from contraction to the flow again, from isolation and fragmentation to wholeness again. So that's the methodology. Then we have a combination of different practice, including movement practice, sound practice, meditation practice. So there's two aspects. One is continue cultivating awareness, and same time you're cultivating intention, connection, purposefulness. Then as a result, you're also cultivating embodiment. So you're not just thinking, the subtle energy doing certain work, but you're also including your physical body, practically, the functioning of your brain, functioning of 5 organ system, functioning of your genetic even. So you're really completing the whole process by emphasizing the embodiment, so bringing the healing directly in the to the physical dimension as well, not just in the mental dimension, not just in the subtle energy dimension. So for that reason, and Wisdom Healing Qigong is also kind of a unique. Not only is integrative, but also differentiating from other form of Qigong, from Reiki, from meditation, from yoga. There's certain principle, shared principle, but here is really we emphasizing all aspects energetically. So also incorporating all these practices, as I mentioned, movement, vibrational sound, meditation, as one system of practice. And because of this combination of these practices, allow everybody able to do the practice. So if you are, physically limited, then you can do gentle practice, gentle movement. If you cannot do gentle movement, everything, then you can do the sound practice. And the sound practice is so powerful, especially right now, allow you affecting your emotional body as we're experiencing so much emotional stress, which is the main cause for all illness, especially chronic or incurable condition. There's always an emotional component, including overweight, including addiction to food. There's always emotional component to it. So to resolve the emotional disease, so to speak, is the secret to healing of most of the conditions. So the sound is really powerful. So everybody can make sound. So for example, just give you an example, you don't have to have a perfect voice, know how to do music, to do sing, to make the sound. The sound is like, just giving one example. And the whole system is 15 sound, 3 sound for each organ. Then one sound allow you accessing the physical dimension of your organ. The second sound accessing the emotional dimension. The third sound accessing the mental, spiritual dimension of your organ. So like the wisdom of your organ, the intuitive feeling. Often we say your heart knows and your gut knows. So that is much beyond just mental thinking. So it's energetic in the body. So just give one example, and the sound for the heart is like this. And you make the sound as long as you can, and you repeat the sound as long as you can. Then quickly you start to feel your heart, feel the sensation inside of your chest. Then gradually start to feel subtle energy of your heart beyond just the physical heart. You feel a sense of warmness, openness. Then naturally, as a result, you feel a sense of joyfulness, as well loving kindness, connection with life in general. So it's starting from internal. No matter what is happening in your life, what you can do, change or not, suddenly you start to feel the new sense of well-being and feeling the sense of joy and loving kindness, connection with life. Then the next step becomes possible. You're transforming the energy pattern inside of you first. So that means everybody can do it. It's no matter how young, how old you are, how healthy, how sick you are, no matter what is your belief system. You talked about belief system in the beginning. It's affecting us so much, So recognizing some belief system is helpful, but some belief system is limiting us.
Yes.
So beyond, question your belief system, but in this case, is we opening the energy. So when you opening the energy, you're naturally opening the function of your belief system beyond what you know from the past history, basically. So often we say, the issue is in your tissue. So you have to get into your body, have to get into your organ, get into your energy system. So that is a very, direct approach. That means everybody can do it.
Well, good, because I think that, healing on all levels, folks, if you are hooked into allopathic medicine and that works for you, great, keep doing it, but incorporate something else, bring different energies together and you will see that you will heal more substantially, if you will. You might not slide backwards, because sliding backwards is not good when we're talking about our health, especially during the time of COVID-19. Now, working with Qigong, is there a relationship, a tie between conventional medicine and the Wisdom Healing Qigong? Can they be married together, Master Mingtong?
I don't think we are in the place of ready to marry yet.
Okay.
But I think recognizing on one hand the two different approach. Okay, I'm just going to recognize the difference first. One is Qigong emphasizing self-healing. You're doing it for yourself. You're not using any medication. You're not dependent on someone else or something else. Yes, you can learn, with the guidance of the teacher, but you empower yourself. You're doing it yourself. Then that is very different from allopathic medication or even integrated medicine. Okay, these are two different approaches. Okay, so one is treatment, another is self-healing. Okay. And the second difference is that here is the Qigong using the power within yourself. And then other, including allopathic medicine, is in using something else or someone else to stimulate your body, to interfere, what's happening, influencing, and, of course, there's certain benefits come with that. So, but the process is very different. Then the third difference I want to really emphasize, I think not everybody is ready to hear, is that conventional medicine, once, something is diagnosed as chronic condition, that means incurable from conventional process, right? That's the name of chronic, right? So that means all the treatment, all the medication is focused on managing the symptoms. Right? So, most case of managing the symptom is controlling the body function, controlling the energy. Maybe that part of the body energetically diagnosed as a diseased energy, let's say. Then you're using medication, use whatever treatment to control that energy, so that energy is not affecting the rest of the body as much, so you can be functional. You can be, have certain quality of life. So for a short period of time, it's beneficial. But in the long term, what happens is you're suppressing that energy, which is a life force to begin with. It's part of you. So that's you are isolating part of you. You're suppressing, you're numbing part of you. So that is really important to understand. And at the same time, is by that kind of medication, often you're creating side effects. You're affecting the rest of the body with certain limitations, so to speak. That's the side effect. So, and then the healing we're speaking of, so the Wisdom Healing Qigong tradition, is we're recognizing everything is energy in your body. When it's not about good and bad, it's whatever conditioning or life, mostly from stress, all kind of stress, life. That energy is suppressed. That energy is contracted, so to speak. That energy become malfunctional, so to speak. So instead of you continue to suppress it, we do opposite approach. You go into the energy, opening the energy, instead of putting in a bottle, putting in a closet. So you're opening that energy, even if it's diagnosed as a disease energy, you're moving this energy to connecting with the rest of your body. You're reprogramming. Excuse me, tech.
No problem.
So it's like this connection, just the technology. In that moment, this connection. Yeah. So now I have to reconnect again, reconnecting back again. So reconnect back, but original energy is disease energy. So it's uncomfortable, it's painful, it's not functioning well. So you have to work with that consciously. So by open energy, moving the energy, also embracing whatever happened in your history, including stress,
You're sending more loving kindness. You're sending more positive, information to that energy. Then the energy recover back to normal function again. So that's the two different approach. One is conventionally, you control it, suppress it. Then healing is that you're opening it, allow the energy returning to the wholeness again, serving the wholeness, the balance of the entire body again. So these are two different approaches. But at the same time, recognizing, everybody in a different stage of healing, different, stage of willingness of taking responsibility, let's say. So, if you think of the whole process, normally what happened is for people in the beginning, whatever diagnosis might be, they may be in need support of someone else, medication as well. But knowing is a temporary approach, a short-term solution. And you can do that. But by doing that, if you expanding, your resources by, for often people going to integrative medicine, then eventually just being mind-body medicine, including Qigong practice. So self-healing in this case is enhancing the result of medication and even reducing side effects. Then you increasing the practice, then gradually you letting go of dependence on medication. Then you gradually reducing the medication. Then eventually you can depend on yourself to take charge of your own health. So that is the process. So it's not about more better. It's about what are you ready for.
Okay. So if you're ready for it, it'll have a greater effect, if you will.
Exactly. So it's a self-responsibility. Not everybody is ready for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So I have to be really honest, with everyone. So often people come to Qigong, Dr. Chapman is they have tried everything. Typical example of my student is a physician, and he diagnosed as chronic fatigue, different name come with the autoimmune condition, whatever, the diagnosis changes over the time. So as a physician, she has all the knowledge of conventional allopathic, diagnosis, treatment. She knows there's no solution, absolutely no solution. But that is after, 1 or 2 years of to get everything. Then she opened to conventional medicine, integrated medicine, tried everything, and getting better results. Then she's so excited, but ultimately she couldn't solve the whole puzzle. And she's very intellectual, very smart, and very knowledgeable. And so at the same time, when she discovered Qigong, like realizing, that's something I can do for myself beyond everything else, including conventional medicine, integrated medicine, then over the time, she become better. Eventually, she recovered from the condition. So then eventually she, used less of allopathic medication, using even less of integrated medicine. Now she went back to, as a physician, she went back to practice of medicine. Now become a very interesting process. Like she asked me, what should I do now? I know Qigong works for everything, but I cannot prescribe to everyone. So right now she's helping people depend on where they're at. And one thing she's doing is to help people more by asking people, even as almost kind of prescription, and do Qigong. And same time, she's prescribing certain things, including allopathic medicine, integrated medicine, supporting them. Then over time, see how that works with the patient. Then eventually, she can introduce more Qigong over the process. I think that is really a wonderful thing she discovered for herself first, then finding a new way to helping her patients. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm glad that there's a medical physician that is open to alternatives. When I look for a doctor, the allopathic doctor, I don't want the one that's just blinders, allopathic medicine. I want a doctor who's at least willing to help with experimentation of different modalities. So sounds like that doctor did. Now, with Qigong and the healing, Wisdom Healing Qigong, does that increase our spiritual connection? Does it help us integrate that more into our system?
Yeah, that is equally important besides the practical benefit of health and healing, prevention, including longevity, So, the methodology is very simple. More energy flow, more health. More energy flow, more happiness. More energy flow, more capacity to live full life, including contributing to life. But also in the deep dimension, you're cultivating energy connection with not only familiar existence of life in all relationship, all physical existence, but also with the spiritual dimension, the invisible dimension of the universe, the wholeness of the universe, the oneness of the universe, the unknown, often we say the mystery, beyond what we can even scientifically measure or conceptually understand. So that is the spiritual dimension, because that's the foundation of the Qigong. You have to open to that existence, to tap into the greater resource of energy. So when you're working with the subtle energy, then you're realizing, the life mystery existing beyond what we know. Now, when you open the experience, then you're getting closer to the spiritual connection of oneness of the universe. So right now, it's so important right now, when we're recognizing the limitation of the physical, the impermanency of the physical, even the isolation of the physical, we have to open into a spiritual existence, the spiritual dimension of who we are. So another aspect is really about working with your consciousness, because the practice, how do you approaching the energy, especially how do you approaching what you're experiencing in your body, especially the challenges, discomfort, the pain, even the emotions. So the 3 A's allow you to work with what's happening in your body in the most powerful, healing, loving, effective, or transformative ways. So the first A means acceptance. You're accepting what's happening in your body instead of resisting and fighting. You become more aware. You're embracing what's happening inside of you with sense of compassion, loving kindness. So accepting what is true inside of you. Then activate. The first A is activation. You're activating what is beyond, what you're noticing as discomfortable. You notice you can initiate in the change. You can initiate in the power beneath the discomfort. So it's really about activating the most important change is from contraction to openness, from isolation, fragmentation, disconnection to the flow, to interconnection with wholeness again. So the proactive practice, movement, sound, visualization, allow you to do that. And the third A means appreciation. We all know the power of gratitude. So in this case, is you learn to appreciate what's happening inside of you instead of complaining or not aware of it. So you're appreciating your own body, your own heart, your own energy system, but also you're learning to appreciate your own choice. You're making a new choice. You're shifting from fight, flight to more loving kindness, from complaining to proactively changing the energy function inside of you, from disconnection to more feeling of connection, feeling of everything is connected. So that's a deeper level of appreciation. So it's from an empowered place, not based on what you have or not externally, or what other people is helping you or not. So you're appreciating how you're relating to yourself, relating to life, and how you're experiencing the deeper truth of yourself. So that's the 3A practice. And that is allow you, bring the practice to everyday life, to this process of deeper energetic transformation. So you think of life as a practice of 3A, changing the pattern.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. What are the main techniques that people can use to learn for self-care and self-healing?
So the practice is very simple. It's really involved with 3 aspects, as I mentioned, is movement. So you can move in these 3 areas in the beginning, especially the shoulder area often is contract stressed. And the second area, the spine area, is also stressed and tight, and often even pain and tension, so on. And the third area is the hip area. So Qigong has specific kind of movement, very meditative movement, allow you to move these 3 key areas to opening the energy, releasing the stress, releasing the tension, releasing any contraction from the past. Then the second kind of practice, as mentioned, is the sound, as I shared, one sound for the heart. But the whole system is allow you to go deeper into the 5-organ system, including your kidney system, your digestive system, and your immune system, your lung respiratory system, as well your brain nerve system. So this sound allow you accessing the energy dimension of your 5-organ system directly. It's very easy to do. But most importantly, you need to repeat them over again to experience the true power. Then the third is really cultivating awareness. You can formally sitting, meditating, or taking a walk, become more aware, and even bring this awareness to every activity of life. I think that is probably the first but also most important aspect of the practice, because right now, on one hand, we're so stressed, but with the mind is so entangled with these bad news, stressful stories, personal, collective challenging happening in our life. And the mind is not aware the body is taking on the stress. So when the body takes on the stress all the time, eventually the body give up. Say, no more, I couldn't handle anymore. Then you're diagnosed with all kind of issues, especially chronic or incurable condition. And often we're experiencing as if like a surprise, almost like overnight. Why me? Why this is happening? How could I have a cancer? How could I have a Parkinson? How could I have autoimmune condition? How could I have a cardiovascular heart attack? So whatever it is, it's like you're thinking that almost like overnight happened as a surprise. Often I said, nothing happens overnight. This accumulative contraction of energy is happening in your body, but you have not been noticing it. And that's one of the biggest problems. It's a pandemic problem, epidemic, so to speak. So when you're not aware of the problem, then you cannot really, solve any problem.
That's very true. But why isn't it that even with Western medicine, they're not teaching the awareness?
No.
That just doesn't make sense.
Not at all. Not at all. It's like, okay, think of, you have a problem as if just the problem right now. The problem is happening last, decades, not just the last months, years, last decade. So so really have to change the pattern of unaware or disconnection from your body to awareness to connection, starting with now. That's the only way to change that pattern.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Now, is every dis-ease able to be cured? or even I'm talking with your system, or sometimes is it just that the dis-ease will be managed better?
So that means if you're speaking from potential, from your commitment, then yes, all disease can be reversed. But then how long takes? Are you ready to do that? That's individually different. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, because if you're truly not ready, it doesn't happen.
If you look at it scientifically from energy point of view, then yes, all disease can be reversed. But then what takes, how long takes, and how individually able to commit to this process with a commitment, then individually is different. So that means, on one hand, Qigong can heal all conditions. On the other hand, Qigong cannot heal every individual person. That depends on the individual person, how ready you are to do it.
Okay, and are you ready at the conscious level, or are you ready at the subconscious level? Because a lot of people will say, oh, well, I want to heal whatever, but then they don't necessarily want to do the work to heal it.
I'm so happy you have this insight. Absolutely true. It's not just like, because I want the result, I am willing to do this. But in the subconscious level, your emotional level, your commitment level, your responsibility level, are you willing to go this process? That is individually very different. So the good news is whatever level of readiness, whatever level of commitment, you're receiving the benefit to match that.
Okay.
That's the good news.
Okay, so folks, I do want you to go to qicenter.com and take a look around. There is so much there. But Master Mingtong, we're in the virus right now. Most states can't freely just get up and go. We're seeing an uptick in all of this. If someone wanted to start your practice now, how can they do that?
Yeah, I often say, the problem is complex, and the cause of the problem is everything, and even beyond what you can control. But the cause for healing is yourself. So you can start now by doing this practice. If you do, say, 15 minutes every day, then you enjoy the benefit of 15 minutes of self-care, self-healing, and proportional to what are you willing to invest, so to speak. If you invest 30 minutes a day, then you enjoy the benefit proportional to your 30 minutes of investment. If you're practicing 1 hour every day, then you enjoy much greater benefit, obviously. So that's your own decision. But the beauty is you can start in now. You can start in whatever comfortable timeline, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and eventually more you practice, more consistent you practice, more you enjoy the benefit. So the good news is also, no matter how much you do, you're doing it, creating a new experience of more energy, more connection, more functions of your life. So very quick right now. But in order to sustain this, requires ongoing practice. That is a deeper understanding of what is health. Health is ongoing way of living a life. How you're living your life with your own physical body, with your heart, emotional, experience, with your mental attitude, experiencing life in general, how you're functioning basically in your life in general, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. And that is everyday living. It's not just a mechanical thing of a drug can help you determine.
Okay,
That's a deep understanding.
Okay, so we say we start the process. Americans are such a drive-through society. I got to have it yesterday society. When would one
Right.
start to feel or see some type of results? Because they'll do it for 5 minutes and say, "Oh, didn't work," and of course it takes longer than that, folks. So when would someone, if they truly earnestly, let's say, did 15 minutes a day, when could they start to possibly see some results? Is it instantaneously, or is it a process where the energy builds up?
So I want to give you honest answer, most
Mm-hmm.
truthful answer. People are now ready to hear. Yes, that's okay. So when we continue thinking of what is the least investment to get the best result in health,
Mm-hmm.
as if you're making money, then you're going to continuously causing more problems in your life.
Mm-hmm.
If you're continuously searching for shortcut, quick fix, miracle
Mm-hmm.
cure for any problem you're having, you're going to continuously run into more problems. You have to change that mindset. Take responsibility. If you think health is important for you, how much you're willing to invest in terms of time to take care of yourself. If you can truly be clear thinking in this new way, then not only you're creating the best result, but eventually you can heal yourself, but also maintain your health.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so seen, measurable according to conventional science in the physical dimension yet. But you start to feel better. You start to feel more energy, start to feel even happier, start to feel more hopeful for your life. And that is the most important validation or feedback right away. So when you focus on that consistently, then over time you start to not only feel measurable changes, but see the result according to conventional measurement. And individually different. So the ultimate answer to your question is I don't know, because individually is different. Depends on, not so much depends on diagnosis. It more depends on your history, how you've been living your life. Then depends on how you're practicing now. Are you totally engaged or not? Are you doing it superficially or fully engaged?
Okay.
Is your mind connecting with your body or not? Or are you just doing exercises? Doing exercises, you have a body workout, but your mind is not connected with your body. You're reading a book, you're watching a TV, nowadays, you're doing social media, whatever exercise machine you're using. Yeah. So that is very different process. How your mind, your body connected, working together is creating the ultimate result.
Okay.
So that is the new trend. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you have some YouTube videos on a YouTube channel. When people go there, what will they see? And again, folks, you can find this by going to his website, qicenter.com, going over to resources and looking at the drop-down menu. So what your YouTube videos, are they experiential where people can do the exercises with you, just information, what?
Most of the video experiential, and some of video explaining the principle in how do you work with the energy more effectively and so on. This understanding is important, but a lot of video is guided practice. So in the beginning, you can use this video with the eyes open, follow these movements, the sound, practice. Then eventually you become more comfortable by just working with your own energy body with your eyes closed, internally concentrate. But the guided voice, you're guiding you step by step, allow you to do the practice more effectively, increasing your confidence and therefore increasing your benefit. And that's the process, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Master Mingtong, we're at the end of our time together, but what pearl of wisdom would you like to leave with our audience today regarding anything, actually?
Yes. I feel it's powerful time we're living in the human history. And I wish the listener, everyone, including entire humanity, can really using this opportunity as a wake-up call and deeply learning how to take care of ourselves more effectively, more lovingly, more compassionately, more healing way. And same time, we can take care of each other more lovingly, more effectively, more compassionately. And as a result, we can also learn how to take care of the planet Earth more lovingly, more wisely, instead of destroying it. So that is a critical time we're living. And I feel this ancient wisdom, this very practical practice can help us to do that, learn that, to earn our own responsibility, proactively taking care of ourselves and each other and the planet Earth. And that is what we enjoy, but also that's what I wish everybody can participate.
Okay, very well said. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your time and attention today, especially with sharing this wonderful process with us. And folks, do check out his website, and that's chicenter.com. Don't forget to download the free ebook, and that's Ancient Healing Secrets ebook. It's absolutely free. When you go to a site, you will find other ebooks there available for purchase. If it rings to your heart, do it, because you can't go wrong. So, Master Mingtong, thank you. Audience, thank you. And everybody, please remember that the most important choice that you can make is what you choose to make important. And consider making the masterful choice of loving yourself. Abundant blessings, light and love to all. Agape.